Let's talk about the right wing for a minute. A lot of people hate the positions the right is taking because they fundamentally don't understand where they came from. Somebody in my age group, 60 years old, I know where they came from. I grew up in an environment where people were going to church all the time, where they had sets of standards for how they acted to one another, how you greeted someone, how you spoke. Now, that's the baby. The bathwater we need to talk about. We've all heard that saying, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Well, that's what we're doing. When you hate the message of the right, the left is asking you to look at the bathwater. And we'll talk about the left in a second. The bathwater is civility, the way people react to one another in society. The baby is the reason for the bathwater. Now, we have issues of abortion. We've got issues of gay marriage. Is that the baby? It's not the baby. I'm 100% behind a woman's right to choose and gay marriage. You would think growing up in the generation I did and growing up on a ranch and around cowboys that how in the world could I believe such a thing? Because it has to do with how we treat one another. The idea that the Christians have about all of this negativity associated with these civil issues should be separated out from the spontaneous order of who we are and how we treat each other. Those are separate issues. So at some point, we have to have a standard for the way we act in a civil society. Like it or not, that standard came from the Judeo-Christian ethic. And it's very difficult, for instance, for a Christian to rectify or reconcile the idea that Jesus or God could have made a homosexual. They can't deal with it. Or the fact that if your relationship with Christ is a one-on-one situation, how in the world can they deal with the fact that that's not my problem? Don't allow one side to script your views of the other, because both sides have very legitimate things to say, but neither side wants to talk about legitimacy of those messages. Now the right takes a look at the left and they say, social engineering, why are we doing that? Why are you taking my tax dollars and handing them over to somebody who doesn't need help? Well, the fact is some people do need help. But the real issue is how many people need that help. And you go back to the spontaneous order that was advocated in my youth, you would say that a man, an able-bodied man, who is not willing to stand up and help himself, his community, or his family, is not worthy of help. But we don't deal with that issue. We just say, these guys on the right hate people. The guys on the right say these guys on the left are communists, socialists, and they hate people because they're enslaving them by taking care of them. So what's the truth? The truth is, we either get together on this whole thing and understand that the subterfuge is in the issues that are used to divide us, and go out and find somebody that will tell the truth, knock off the PC, talk about the value on the left and the value on the right, and recreate America. Because it was founded on some exceptional ideas.